Hello, and welcome back to Octoberfire Gaming. We are playing the War3zuk All-In-One Overhaul in 7 Days to Die Alpha 20. It is the morning of day 17, just before dawn, and overnight I've been kind of doing some basic stuff around here. I have made a generator bank to do the next part of my engineer prereq. Now I've got to place it. I did craft a crucible overnight, and so that has been put into our forge, where we are now smelting a bunch of iron. I'm just going to go ahead and put, well, I can pick this up and move it. Created the generator bank and placed it. That was the second part of the engineer prereq, and the next part is to craft a battery bank. Can I do that yet? No. It requires another point in advanced engineering. That's fine. I don't need to do that right now. But I do want to get a bunch of iron and steel. So we have 150 forged iron, and we have 2 forged steel. We are going to need like 200. That's morning. We're going to make a bunch of forged steel. Yeah, so I didn't speed that up. That's the crafting speed of the forge when you start putting points into things like the crafting mastery here. It crafts super fast, and I've only got 2 points in there. I can't even imagine how fast it's going to be when I've got, 10 points in there. 60% faster crafting speed. Like, yikes. So I'm going to let the iron smelt into there because we need another 150 steel. All right, so the game just crashed. Looks like we're back though. Okay, so what was I saying? Overnight I realized we had a skill point available, and it was because we completed the farmer class quest chain. So we can go ahead and put that point into the Daring Adventurer. That now allows us to choose 2 quest rewards and get 20% more dukes. So that is great. Our forge is going. Let's get some more forged steel. Love that. That's 150. We need 200 more, or we need 100 more forged steel. And the reason I'm saying that is because the class quest for mechanic. So the class quest for mechanic is very front-loaded. By that I mean, in order to go through and finish it, you have to get all of these things first. 50 springs, 100 oil, 100 duct tape, 250 forged steel, 500 forged iron, 200 leather. We've got a bunch of that already. But we don't have everything, obviously. So we've only got 36 oil, and we only have 80 duct tape. But we can make more duct tape, so that's not as big of a deal. Though we only have 64 cloth, which, once again, is strange that that's our limiting factor. So if we take a look at the mechanic now, we need the 250 forged steel, 500 forged iron. We can make both of those now super quick. The duct tape we can make also super easily. The hard part is going to be the oil. And we get that just from taking apart cars. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. We also need 5 more sham sandwiches to get the cooking class. We need to put down frame shapes and then upgrade them for the builder. What we're going to do as far as the builder goes, I think, is actually potentially use our base here for Horde Night. And I'm thinking the way to do that is going to be to sort of reinforce downstairs and then build a platform off the front that we can kind of fight from. Or maybe not even use this base, but maybe build our horde base. How do we want to do this? I mean, this is a really You know, actually, no. I don't want to use this because there's it's that you don't want to build a base where you're living, because if the worst thing happens and if the worst happens, then you lose your home and everything you have, and I don't want to do that. So I think we will go ahead and do something with the bookstore. We'll do some more with the bookstore. And I think what we can do is possibly keep the fighting, the place that we've got, but extend the steps. Maybe fill in the steps and make a ramp or something along those lines that the zombies will have to come up instead of jumping up the steps to us. So maybe that's what we'll do. And I can get the blocks and we can build that. So what am I doing now? Let's see. I am thirsty. Let's go ahead and drink something, and then we'll also eat. And then how many of the... I still only have 11 scrapped schematic pages, and we need at least 20 to make anything... to make any schematics. But do we have... We could make the HD workbench, and the HD workbench would allow us to make a working oven and the water dispenser. The water dispenser would be nice, so we wouldn't have to go out and get water whenever we needed water. Not that it's a huge deal right now, but could be handy to have. There's also the buried supplies we can turn in and then do the tier 2 complete. So maybe that's what we'll do. And also I noticed that the opening trade routes did not go to the trader that we went to yesterday. The 4x Joel up here. It's actually over here, which makes me think it's going to be more in the snow. Because if you remember, we started in the snow way over here on day 1, ran away from a Titan, all the way over to here. This is the trader we went to yesterday. And by the way, I did have loot respawn turned on. It was on default, so it was 7 days. That's why all the loot respawned. I have not checked to see if we'd already looted Joel, but I have confirmed that loot respawn is actually off now. So what are we going to do today? I think we need to go ahead and build the HD workbench. What else did it need? Springs. We've got plenty of springs, so I'm not too worried about that. Does that get made in our... It does. It gets made on us. The oil problem is going to require one of two things. Either we need to go to the desert and get oil shale. But not only oil shale, we would also need to get the oil recipe, or we'd have to put 2 points into Grease Monkey. We're going to have to put points into these anyway, because as I was saying, the mechanic class chain is front loaded. You have to get a whole bunch of parts first. Then the second part of the mechanic quest chain is build a bicycle. You make the parts and then build a bicycle. The third part is do the same thing with a mini bike. The fourth is a motorcycle, and the last part is build a 4x4. And so you have to have all those parts first before you can do those things. So that's why gathering it all first makes sense, and that's also why we haven't put any points into these things here. I could go ahead and make a mini bike right now, but I'm going to need to make a mini bike anyway. So that's why I'm not putting those points there. The iron is going to keep going. I'm going to put some more in there. We do have a little bit more forged steel on us, so I'm just going to put that in there. That there, get some more clay. Put all that in there. Okay, that's the forged steel that we need. Now we just need forged iron. You know, we need 400 and some forged iron. So let's go do the buried supplies job, turn it in, get both of our tier 2 quest rewards, and then I guess we can head over to the bookstore and see what we can do over there right after we put down our HD workbench. Right there. And the HD workbench allows you to make some of the HD things, like the working oven and the HD cement mixer, HD forge. You know, all of these things are really kind of cool. The Mega Vault might be something to have, but it requires steel polish and an HD welder part, so we're not going to be able to do that anytime soon. We have a friend. Okay, so forge is going. Let's take a little bit of extra food, some drink. Let's find our coffee. And then... Hey, big guy. Get out of my house. Well, we'll go do the buried supplies job, and then we'll head over to the trader. And then from there, we will go to the... we'll go over to the bookstore and see what we can do there. So, we do need to wrench a bunch of cars to get the oil. It is approximately 2 oil per car, so that gives you an idea of just how many cars we're going to have to wrench if we don't just buy it from the trader, but buying it from the trader is ridiculously expensive. It's like 200 dukes per or something like that. But anyway, let's go get this buried supplies job. Here we are. There is a radiated hound off in the distance. We're right near the desert, and it has gotten dark because of the rain. Go ahead and take out this tree, though. I have a couple of zombies wandering around, but not very many. I'm sure that will change once we get this started, but... yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I need gas. All right, we are going to start digging right over here. Rude. All right, and there is the buried supplies. I'm going to top up my health a little bit, and then get ready. That's not bad. 2,400 dukes, 337 old cash, a diamond and some silver. I'll take that. What do we got here? All right. That is the buried supplies. We can turn this into the trader and we can get our reward. So I'll go and do that.
Beware the dead.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. I suppose you want something in return now.
I do, actually.
Here you go.
What can we get here? What can we get here? I think that the armor bundles are tier 3 armor. And I'm not sure they're actually worth getting. The scrap armor bonus bundle, maybe? As a boost in quality, what are we wearing? I mean, if it gave us tier 4 everything, it would really only increase our boots. It's not going to help the other stuff, so...
Never guessed you'd pull through, but you did.
The nail gun would be nice to have. Especially since we're going to be doing some upgrading. And the mini bike parts... The wheels could be nice to have, I guess, because we're going to have to make the chassis and frame. Maybe the traps bundle. Passive traps. They're not mechanical traps, so that's not going to... I think we're going to go with the mini bike parts, because wheels are worth having. Tier 2 buried supplies gives us a rating 3 iron crossbow, which we already have one of. And ours is better. Quite a bit better, actually. We could do the pipe bombs. And I guess we can take the iron crossbow to sell, or for the parts. What jobs does Hugh have? These are all going to be tier 3.
I've got a job for you, if you like.
Ooh, that's the Pebcac.
If you agree to help me,
Let's do
I don't trust you.
commercial quad by Z-Bark.
Okay, we have a deal.
Yep, we have a deal.
When it's done.
I will come back when it's done. What do we need? We need sandwiches, and I need to sell those things to Hugh. There you go, Hugh.
Well, it's about time you bought something.
What do you have in the mini bike parts? An engine and 2 wheels and a battery. Well, that's... Honestly, I wanted the wheels. I didn't really care for the frame or the chassis. Sure, 2 wheels, that's great. I'll have to make the chassis and the frame anyway. It's not that big of a deal. What else do you have, Hugh, since your inventory resets every day? Do you have anything worth our time? A rating 3 compound crossbow for a whole lot. Way of food? No. Fortifying grip mod schematic? No. Chili dog, I can get those from the vending machine. So really not much except for the structural brace mod. That's fine.
What kind of lousy customer are you
Well,
anyway?
Hugh, just you know, sit in your box there and don't worry about it. Bit concerned about who's out here now. There is a big old demolisher over there. Okay, we're not going to do Pebcac today. We are, however, going to get out of here. Oh, they're both demolishers. It's a little tiny demolisher and a big guy. Yeah, we're not going to mess with those guys today. All right, so what I'm thinking is, instead of these steps right here going up like that, what I want to do is a variation of the base that we had in Alpha 19, which again is still a step base, but I want to use sledge turrets to knock the zombies off. And that's not going to work on the way this is set up because they have to be basically where the wall is to knock them out. And that's not going to work. So how do I do this? I think we could still use it the way it is. We would have to have the stairs start over like here and come up and around and then go, meet up there where those plates are. So we'd have to take a couple of plates out and we'd use that as our fighting spot, but facing that way. Now, how high up is that though? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only 6 blocks up. It would be better if it was higher, but I'm not going to complain too much about that. Oops. All right, so let's go ahead and so in order to do this, we're going to have to fill these blocks in because we don't want the zombies to be able to walk up these steps. And then we'll have them walk up to us here. Like that. So we will need... You need to move off to the side. And I need to get out the nail gun. But I want to put all these down first. That span might be a little too much. Where do I want them to start? I think I want them to start here. And go up. And then I can extend this door, and I can actually be standing over here shooting down at them as they're running up. And when they come over here, so... let's take out all of this paint. Damn it, Marlene. Okay. I'll go there. I'll have to take out that block there. I have to wait for her body to disappear as well. There we go. Oh, I might have to take out 3 blocks. Need more fuel. Okay. And that goes there. And then we can, of course, put, you know, blocks or steps around all the way around it so that the zombies have an easier time getting up. But that is the general idea. Just like that. And then we, of course, have to, like I was saying, fill this in like... and we'll have to fill that all the way up to the top. So that's basically the idea here. Putting these in, and I think what I'm going to do is... Okay, and now I have to take this part. Okay, let's see what kind of cobblestone we have up here. None. No cobblestone. Alrighty. Well, that's not what I was hoping to see, but it is what it is. And we need to upgrade 40 more shapes, which we have not been able to do. So let's go ahead and do those. I can't really upgrade these because I want the ones close to the wall to be upgraded to cobblestone. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do that for now. But this is the basic idea, right? So the zombies approach up here just like they did with the other base. They get to the top here. I'm going to get a sledge turret, and it's going to sit right here. Zombies are going to come up the stairs. The sledge turret's going to smack them. They're going to go flying off. Some of the zombies will manage to get around here. I'll take, you know, those two plates out like that. You know, I'll wrap the slope plates over here so that they can't pile up. And then I will be fighting right here as they come up there, or I will extend this over to the side so that I can shoot them as they come up the steps and then, you know, beat on them as they get close. So that's the general concept, and we'll see how it all plays out. But I'm going to need cobblestone in order to actually do that. So for now, actually, before we finish here, I am going to put some plates on these. And then these are just going to be extra, you know, extra armor for the zombies to kind of beat on so that they don't take out the actual supports. You know, they're just extra supports that are here. All right. So that's done. I need to get the cobblestone to bring it over here so I can upgrade those, and then the concrete, we'll need to make more of that. But for now, I did just finish the builder prereq 4 of 5. The next part is building an HD auger, which I cannot do since I don't have the schematic. Let's go ahead and take these cars apart, and then we'll head back to home for the night. All right. It is almost nighttime, literally just a couple of minutes to go. Let's head back home, and then we will call it a day. Alrighty. We are home. There was a demolisher just on the other side of the house, just across the street, so we are going to try to stay somewhat quiet. And so, thank you for joining me, and you take care.